If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love Wnst.net.
Here, Jerry is from Lansdowne, a Baltimorean like all of us. And Jerry, you got 5 minutes. You're on the clock.
Thank you, Nestor. I'd just like to thank you for this opportunity and making my shot at 5 minutes of fame and my dream come true. I'm going to go a little bit into the news from yesterday. Of course, John Madden retired. I thought he brought fun and insightfulness back to Monday Night Football that had been missing since Howard Cosell was broadcasting the game. And John Madden, you will be missed. Also, the Yankees opened the new stadium yesterday with a thud, losing to the Indians 10-2. And that'll lead me into my topic for today. Baseball needs to revise its salary cap situation. I have some figures I'd like to give you. The 5 top spending teams for salaries for the 10-year period from '99 to 2008. The Yankees spent $1.66 billion on salaries. It got them 9 playoff appearances and 2 World Series. The Red Sox spent $1.2 billion on salaries, made it to the playoffs 6 times and won the World Series twice. The Mets and the Dodgers both spent $1 billion and made the playoffs 3 years. The Braves spent $900 million and made the playoffs 7 times and did not win the World Series. Between the top 5 payrolls in baseball, they made the playoffs 28 times and won 4 World Series. If you count the next 3 highest spenders, the Cubs, Angels, and Cardinals, they made playoff appearances go up to 42 times and World Series championships goes up to 6. Now, spending on salaries won't guarantee your World Series championship, but it will definitely get you into the playoffs. At least one of the top 8 spending teams made it to the World Series 8 of the 10 years. 2 of the teams in the top 8 made it to the World Series 3 times. In 1999, the New York Yankees versus Atlanta Braves. In 2000, the New York Yankees versus the Mets. And in 2004, the Boston Red Sox versus the St. Louis Cardinals. Just for informational purposes, the Orioles were dead smack in the middle on what they spent for salaries over the 10 years. $742 million at number 15. Unfortunately, we didn't make the playoffs, and we know about the World Series and their struggles. The bottom 5 teams were the Royals, the Nats, the Pirates, the Rays, and the Marlins. And they spent between $367 million and $439 million over the time. There was only 2 playoff appearances during that time period for the bottom 5 teams. The Rays went last year, and the Marlins went in 2003, and they were the only World Series winner. I believe that this makes it pretty obvious that lower spending teams can make a playoff run and a championship and make a run to the championship, but they cannot sustain their teams. They don't have the money and the resources. As their players get better, they cannot re-sign them, they lose them. A la CC Sabathia this year with Cleveland being traded to Milwaukee, and they both made him nice offers. He said he wanted to pitch in the National League on the West Coast team. Where did he go? The Yankees for all the money. And if you think further back, the Marlins had to break up their team twice because they couldn't afford to keep their guys. Every time I've heard discussion about salary caps, it's always been a hard cap, but nothing about revenue sharing, and I think that's a mistake. This year, teams will spend $2.5 billion on salaries when anticipated revenues of $5.5 million. Somewhere within there, there's got to be room that we can share money to give the bottom teams, the small market, medium market teams, hope that they can actually contend and win the World Series and retain their players. So I'm proposing to institute a salary cap, a hard salary cap with limits on spending and revenue sharing. Major League Baseball would negotiate all the TV contracts. The individual teams would control their radio and suite licensing. But I would think that we could phase it in over 4 years and adjust the cap to $130 million. In the 5th year, teams would get $118 million to sign their players. And after that, they would have a hard cap. And it would allow them to retain their players and give small and medium market teams a chance to return to the playoffs and have some fun. Thank you for the time. I really appreciate it, Nestor.
Dude, you had 45 more seconds. What happened, man?
I got more.
Nah, that's all right, man. I'm going to let you go on. It's all good. You know what?
If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love Wnst.net.